Greetings for the day, dear students. In the chain of my lectures on nucleic acids, this is my third lecture, and today I'll discuss the structure of RNA or the ribonucleic acids. RNA is the polymer of ribonucleotides linked together by 3-5 phosphodiester linkage. I had already told during the structure of DNA about what is the phosphodiester linkage. Now we have to compare the structure of RNA with DNA. There are various types of RNA in all the prokaryotes and eukaryotic organisms. Three main classes of RNA molecules exist. Number one is messenger RNA or mRNA. Number 2, transfer RNA or tRNA. Number 3, ribosomal RNA or rRNA. The others are small nuclear RNA or snRNA, microRNA or miRNA, and small interfering RNA, that is siRNA, and heterogeneous nuclear RNA or hnRNA. First, we'll take the messenger RNA. It comprises only 5% of the RNA in the cell. Most heterogeneous in size and base sequences, all members of the class function as messengers carrying the information in a gene to the protein synthesizing machinery. Here, the diagram of messenger RNA is shown, and next is the structural characteristics of messenger RNA. 5' cap and 3' tail imparts solubility to the messenger RNA as shown in this diagram by protecting from specific exonucleases. The structural characteristics of messenger RNA. The 5' terminal end is capped by 7-methyl guanosine triphosphate cap. The cap is evolved in the recognition of messenger RNA by translating the machinery. It stabilizes messenger RNA by protecting it from 5' exonuclease. The 3' end of most messenger RNAs have a polymer of adenylate residues, which is 20 to 250. The tail prevents the attack by 3' exonucleases. The histones and interferons do not contain poly A tails. On both 5' and 3' end, there are non-coding sequences which are not translated, that is NCS. The intervening region between non-coding sequences present between 5' and 3' end is called coding region. This region encodes for the synthesis of protein, as I had shown in the previous second or third slides. Structural characteristics of RNA are further include the messenger RNA molecules are formed with the help of DNA template during process of transcription. The sequence of nucleotides in messenger RNA is complementary to the sequence of nucleotides on template DNA. The sequence carried on messenger RNA is read in the form of codons. A codon is made up of 3 nucleotides. The messenger RNA is formed after processing of heterogeneous nuclear RNA. Now we come to the transfer RNA. Transfer RNA are the smallest of 3 major species of RNA molecules. They have 74 to 95 nucleotide residues. It forms 15% of total RNA. They transfer the amino acids from cytoplasm to protein synthesizing machinery, hence the name is transfer RNA. It acts as acceptor for proper activated AA adapters for carrying AA. They are also called adapter molecules since they act adapters as adapters for the translation of the sequence of nucleotides of the messenger RNA into specific amino acids. There are at least 20 species of transfer RNA, one corresponding to each of the 20 amino acids required for protein synthesis. Now we take the structural characteristics of transfer RNA. Secondary structure or the clover leaf structure. All transfer RNAs contain 5 main arms or loops which are as follows. First is the acceptor arm, B is the anticodon arm, DHU arm, that is dihydrouridine arm, and TC arm, thymine pseudouridine cytosine, and E is the extra arm. Here in this diagram, the secondary structure of transfer RNA is shown, where the various arms are, which I had discussed in the previous slide, are represented. The carboxylic group of amino acid is attached to 3-OH group of adenine nucleotide of the acceptor arm. The anticodon arm base pairs with the codons present on the messenger RNA. Secondary structure of transfer RNA. Acceptor arm. The acceptor arm is at 3-N. It has 7 base pairs. The end sequence is unpaired cytosine adenine CCA at the 3-N. The 3-OH group terminal of adenine binds with the carboxylic group of the amino acids. The transfer RNA bounds with amino acids is called amino acyl tRNA. CCA attachment is done post-transcriptionally. Now second arm is the anticodon arm, that is called the recognition end. It lies at the opposite end of acceptor arm, as we had seen in the diagram. 5 base pairs long. It recognizes triplet codon present in the messenger RNA, and the base sequence of anticodon arm is complementary to the base sequence of messenger RNA codon. Due to complementarity, it can bind specifically with messenger RNA by hydrogen bonds. Third arm is DHU arm. It has 3 to 4 base pairs. It serves as the recognition site for the enzyme amino acyl tRNA synthetase that adds to the amino acid to the acceptor arm. Fourth arm is the T arm. This arm is opposite to DHU arm. It contains pseudouridine. It is involved in the binding of transfer RNA to the ribosomes. Now we take the tertiary structure of transfer RNA. The L-shaped tertiary structure is formed, as we can see in the diagram. It is formed by further folding of the clover leaf due to the hydrogen bonds between T and D arms. The base paired double helical stems get arranged in two double helical columns, continuous and perpendicular to one another, as depicted in the figure. Now we come to the ribosomal RNA or rRNA. The mammalian ribosome contains 2 major nucleoprotein subunits, a larger one with a molecular weight of 2.8 into 10 raised to the power 6, that is 60S, and the smaller subunit which is with a molecular weight of 1.4 into 10 raised to the power 6, that is 40S. The 60S subunit contains a 5S ribosomal RNA, that is rRNA, a 5.8S rRNA and 20S rRNA. There are also probably more than 50 specific polypeptides. The 40S subunit is smaller and contains a single 18S rRNA and approximately 30 distinct polypeptide chains. All of the ribosomal RNA molecules except the 5S rRNA are processed from a single 45S precursor RNA molecule in the nucleolus. 5S rRNA is independently transcribed. Here in this diagram, the prokaryotic ribosome and eukaryotic ribosomes are shown, and various 50S subunit and 30S subunit is shown in the prokaryotic ribosome, and 60S subunit, 40S subunit are shown in the eukaryotic ribosomes. Ribosomal RNA molecules are necessary for ribosomal assembly and seem to play key role in binding of the messenger RNA to ribosomes and its translation. Recent studies suggest that an rRNA component performs peptidyl transferase activity and thus is an enzyme, a ribozyme. Now we'll take as I had told you in the beginning, we'll see the differences between RNA and DNA. In the first column, we'll take the RNA and the second is DNA. And first point of difference is that single strand mainly except when self-complementary sequences are there, it forms a double-stranded structure, which is called hairpin structure, whereas DNA, it is double-stranded except for certain viral DNAs which are single-stranded. So basically, in broad sense, we can say that RNA is single-stranded and DNA is double-stranded. Second point of difference is that in RNA, ribose is the main sugar, whereas in DNA, the sugar moiety is deoxyribose. Third is pyrimidine components differ. Thymine is never found except in transfer RNA. In DNA, thymine is always there, but uracil is never found. And fourth point of difference is that being single-stranded structure, it does not follow the Chargaff's rule, whereas DNA, it follows the Chargaff's rule. The total purine content in a double-stranded DNA is always equal to the pyrimidine content in case of DNA. Now, fifth point of difference is that RNA can be easily destroyed by alkalis to cyclic diesters to mononucleotides. DNA resists alkali action due to the absence of OH group at 2' position. Sixth difference is that RNA is a relatively labile molecule. It undergoes easy and spontaneous degradation. DNA is a stable molecule. The spontaneous degradation is very slow. The genetic information can be stored for years together without any change. Seventh point of difference is that mainly cytoplasmic, but also present, mainly found in cytoplasm, but also it is present in nucleus, primary transcript and small nuclear RNA. DNA is mainly found in the nucleus. Extranuclear DNA is found in the mitochondria and plasmids, etc. Next point of difference is that the base content varies from 100 to 5000. The size is variable. Millions of base pairs are there depending upon the organism. Now, next point is there are various types of RNA like messenger RNA, ribosomal RNA, transfer RNA, snRNA, etc. And these RNAs perform different and specific functions, whereas DNA is always one type and performs the function of storage and transfer of genetic information. In case of RNA, no variable physiological forms of RNA are found. The different types of RNA do not change their forms, whereas in case of DNA, there are variable forms of DNA, A to E and Z are found. RNA is synthesized from DNA. It cannot form DNA except by the action of reverse transcriptase. It can also be duplicated. It cannot be duplicated except in certain viruses where it is genomic material. Whereas DNA can form DNA by replication, it also forms RNA by transcription. In case of RNA, many copies of RNA are present per cell, whereas in case of DNA, only a single copy of DNA is present per cell. Now we come to summarize the RNA. RNA exists in several different single-stranded structures, most of which are directly or indirectly involved in protein synthesis or its regulation. The linear array of nucleotides in RNA consists of A, G, C and U, that is adenine, guanine, cytosine and uracil, and the sugar moiety is ribose. The major forms of RNA include messenger RNA, ribosomal RNA, transfer RNA and small nuclear RNAs, that is snRNAs and miRNAs. Certain RNA molecules act as catalysts, that is ribozymes. miRNAs and siRNAs represent the existing and new potential targets for therapeutic and drug development in humans. So this was all about the structure of RNA. Thank you. Have a nice day.